Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire Geek, and I'm here today to ask the question, is the entertainment industry getting fed up with woke? I asked this question because yesterday I found 2 articles. I know of all the millions of articles that's out there, 2, it's not exactly a huge amount, is it? But I found 2 articles where, on the same day, where 2 producers, high-profile producers, were kind of bemoaning modern screenwriting. First was Russell T Davies, who's leading Doctor Who, again, and the second was James Gunn. So let's have a look at what they had to say. James Gunn was in a speaking to the Daily Mail. As usual, the links for these will be in the description below. Don't forget, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell. I'm also on Rumble and Anchor.fm and Spotify and Amazon Music Podcasts and Google Podcasts, and I'm also on the social medias. Links in the description, as are the links for my 2 books, Silent Predator and the other one, Mercury Rapids. I can't reach it, it's too far away. Right, it's just a bit of fun. But this isn't, or maybe it is, I don't know. It depends how you swing. Right, so Russell T Davies, this is what he said yesterday. I do a lot of mentoring, and there are voices wanting to be heard of any gender or ethnicity who consider themselves invisible, he said. They hate the media that ignores them, and they're trapped into wanting a job in that medium purely to increase representation. He told the Sunday Times, I read their scripts and they're rubbish. They don't actually love television, so they don't know how to write for it. So basically he's saying there that they've got into the entertainment industry not for the love of telling stories, but because they've got a political agenda and they want their side of things to be at the forefront of the material they're producing. And it goes on, actor and director Mark Gatiss and writer and producer Mark Gatiss also had concerns. There we go. Hang on. Sometimes I think I'm like Pollyanna because I've met so many people who hate making television, he said, Mark Gatiss. It seems to make them so miserable. Go and work on the bins or something. It's hard work, it gives you ulcers, so you have to love it. So that's another one saying that there's too many people in television that have got an axe to grind. Rather than making entertainment something, to entertain the masses, they've got a niche, not a niche, a minority probably to focus on, and their goal is not to entertain as many people as possible. It's to get their point across. Anyway, later on that same day, James Gunn and Peter Safran, there we go, announced the DC Studios movie and TV slate and video game, although they didn't announce any video games, but video games were mentioned. But in there, James Gunn also talked about the degradation of screenwriters in Hollywood. And in Variety, he went into a little bit of detail. He said, the degradation of the writer in Hollywood has been a terrible story, Gunn said. It's gotten much worse since I first moved here 23 years ago. Writers have been completely left out of the loop in favour of actors and directors, and making the writer more prominent and more important in this process is really important to us. But there you go, so that's two prominent filmmakers, or not filmmakers, but one's in television, one's in movies, but he's done TV, talking about the degradation of writing, one in Hollywood and one in TV in general. And that's gotten much worse in the last 23 years. I think it's got much worse since, well, essentially, the Me Too movement. I mean, minorities have got a right to, have their say and get their points across. Because entertainment is a good medium for educating people about things that they might otherwise not know about, which is all fine, but don't make it the whole story, because then you're preaching, and people don't like to be preached at, mostly. But get it in, into the story in a little, which is what Star Trek has done, well, had done, for decades. Got social commentary across without preaching, but now it's all, preach, and if you speak out against it, if you say, oh, you're being a bit too heavy-handed, then you're cancelled. That's what happens. You get cancelled because people pay too much attention to what the Twitter mob have to say. I mean, you should pay attention to to the fans and to what people think. But in the end, it's up to you, isn't it? As a producer / director / writer, it's up to you. It's not up to the mob. It's not mob rules, is it? That's how you get anarchy. I know a lot of people want a bit of anarchy, and I suppose to kick over a few hornets' nests every now and again is a good thing. And maybe that's just what's happening in the last what are we on? In the last 7 or 8 years. Maybe some hornets' nests have been kicked over, but now it's time to, calm down now and get back to good storytelling and good entertainment. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I just found it interesting that James Gunn, Russell T Davies, and Mark Gatiss all commented on this at the same time on the same day. Well, the article came out the same day-ish. And I just found it interesting, so I just thought I'd share that with you. So maybe I'll get cancelled next. I don't care. I've got no legacy. So we'll leave it at that. So thanks for watching, and wherever you are in the universe, look after each other, and until next time, I'll say thee.